If someone makes you doubt your own reality, they've already won half the war. Gaslighting isn't just manipulation. It's psychological warfare that looks like discourse. We're going to go over every single trick these people do today, and by the conclusion of this video, you'll be able to detect them from a mile away. But first, let me say something that might hurt a little. If you clicked on this video, it's likely that someone in your life is currently causing you mental distress. You might be starting to doubt yourself more than normal. You might even say you're sorry for things that aren't your fault. That annoying feeling in your stomach. Have faith in it. Because what I'm about to teach you could help you keep your mind. 1. The field of reality distortion. The first thing a gaslighter does is make you doubt what really happened. They'll say over and over that the conversation never happened, or that you're remembering it all incorrectly. This isn't just forgetting. It's planned confusion. I never said that. You're imagining things again. Does this sound familiar? You'll start looking through your phone for text messages to verify you're not going crazy when they say this with such confidence. This is the hard truth. They recall exactly what they said. They just want you to doubt yourself first. The disturbing issue is how slowly this starts. First, they'll say things that don't make sense about little inconsequential details. Did the walls of the restaurant have blue or white paint? Did you have that fight on Tuesday or Wednesday? Over time, these little seeds of uncertainty turn into huge trees of perplexity. Your brain starts to flip out as it tries to figure out what's real and what's not. You start to keep track of things in your head, and maybe even write them down to try to prove that you're sane. But this is what they're actually doing. They're teaching you to doubt your memory, which is one of your most basic cognitive skills. 2. Changing the emotional thermostat. When it comes to feelings, gaslighters are experts at reading the temperature. They know when you're weak and when you're powerful, and they change their plans based on that. They'll find a way to turn off that light when you're happy. They'll kick you while you're already down. You're excessively sensitive. It was only a joke. This sentence is great for gaslighting since it works in two ways. It not only ignores your sentiments, but it also blames you for having them in the first place. They don't feel bad about what they did. They're mad that you did something about it. But this is where everything gets really messed up. They will also do the opposite. If you try to be calm and logical, they'll say you're cold or unfeeling. You can't win because the rule's constantly changing, and you're the only one who doesn't know we're playing a game. They give you emotional whiplash, which makes you always look for the appropriate way to feel. Spoiler alert. There isn't one, since they will change the rules every time. 3. The protocol for isolation. One of the most hazardous things they do is cut you off from your support system in a planned way. This doesn't happen all at once. It starts with observations that sound benign, and it builds up over time. I know you better than your buddies do. Your family has always been jealous of how well you've done. Why do you need to talk to other people about the troubles in our relationship? They plant these small seeds of doubt in your mind about everyone who cares about you. The folks who used to listen to you now become your enemies. They make you think that asking for help from someone else is wrong, and that a healthy relationship should be fully self-contained. The seclusion is really important. It gets rid of witnesses. You become fully dependent on their version of reality when there's no one else around to back up your story. It's like being the only person in the courtroom while they act as the judge, jury, and prosecutor. 4. The killing of competence. This method is especially cruel because it goes for something basic: your faith in your own skills. They'll slowly chip away at your confidence until you're second-guessing choices you used to make without thinking about them. Are you sure you can do that? Do you remember what happened last time? You might want to let me handle this. You know how you acquire too much to handle. They become the authority on what you can't do, always bringing up prior failures and conveniently ignoring about your successes. It's like having your own highlight reel that just showcases the worst parts of your life over and over. The most sneaky thing is how they act like they're the helpful one. They're not putting you down. They are keeping you from failing. They don't have power over you. They're protecting you from being embarrassed. It's tougher to see what's truly going on when you seem to care. 5. The Department of Historical Revision gaslighters change the past as if they were changing a Wikipedia page. But you can't observe the history of changes. They'll rewrite the story about what happened in the past to fit their current plans. You're not remembering that right. What really happened was... That's not how I remember it at all. You must be having trouble. They don't just say things didn't happen. They tell completely different stories instead. The argument where they yelled at you turns into a quiet talk, where you were being unreasonable. You thought you understood what they meant when they betrayed their commitment. This change in history has several uses. It makes you question what you remember. It lets them off the hook for past poor behavior. And it gives their current actions a new base. Why should someone say sorry for something that didn't happen the way you remember it? 6. The people who project their feelings. This is where people who gaslight become experts at projecting. But instead of movies, they're putting their own actions on you. They'll blame you for what they're guilty of. You lie all the time. You know how to get what you want. You never own up to anything. It's a trick of the mind. While you're busy defending yourself against allegations that sound a lot like what they did, they've successfully moved the focus away from what they did. You find yourself in a strange circumstance where you have to defend yourself against charges that fit them precisely. The projection has another use as well. It makes their actions seem natural. If everyone is doing it, then it's not so horrible, right? No. This is just another approach to make it hard to tell the difference between regular relationship problems and psychological manipulation. 7. The individual who pretends to apologize. A real apology admits to doing something wrong, shows real regret, and promises to improve. Gaslighter apologies don't do any of these things. Instead, they're masterclasses in not being responsible that look like they're sorry. I apologize for how you feel. I didn't mean to harm your feelings. I'm sorry, but you need to understand. Notice how none of these people actually say they did something wrong. They're not sorry for what they did. They're sorry for how you reacted. Instead of saying, I'm sorry I pushed you in the pool, you may say, I'm sorry you got wet. These faux apologies have a lot of uses. They make them seem fair and ready to set things right. Instead of focusing on what they did, they made you think about how you felt. And they often come with explanations that are really simply excuses. 8. The bulldozer that breaks down boundaries. People who are healthy respect other people's space. People who gaslight perceive limits as things they need to get past. They'll keep pushing, prodding, and poking until they find a way to get around any limits you place. I was only trying to help. You're being silly. It's not a big deal. This is how you treat me after everything I've done for you. Setting boundaries with them feels like punishment instead than taking care of yourself. When you try to safeguard your own well-being, they seem hurt and bewildered, as if your restrictions are attacks on their character. The bulldozing of the boundary gets worse over time. To see how you react, they'll first cross little lines. If you don't stand up to them forcefully enough, they'll think that broader boundaries can be changed as well. You live in a house with no walls before you know it, and you wonder how you got so exposed. 9. The stress response weaponizer. Gaslighters are quite good at picking up on your stress signals, and they utilize this information to figure out when you're about to crack. They know just how to get you to react, and then they use your reaction as proof that you're the one who's unstable. Look at how insane you're acting. When you're like this, I can't even talk to you. Before we can talk about this in a calm way, you need to calm down. They keep pushing until you lose it. Then they use how you feel as proof that you're the problem. It's like poking someone over and over and then being astonished when they eventually swat your hand away. This strategy works well because emotional instability looks ugly from the outside. Someone who sees you fall down doesn't see the months of subtle persuasion that lead up to that moment. They merely observe someone who seems to be overreacting to a normal conversation. 10. The future faker. The last trick on our list is future faking. They make promises and create pictures of a brighter world that they have no plans to keep. This distracts you from facing the truth and instead makes you think about possibilities. Once things will be different. I know I've said this before, but this time I actually mean it. We just need to get through this tough time. Then everything will be just right. Hope is used as a weapon against you in future faking. They keep you in a relationship that always lets you down by making you think that things might change. It's like being promised a promotion that never comes, except this time your mental health is at stake. The promises usually come shortly after really terrible gaslighting instances. They offer a wonderful picture of how things may be just when you're about to go. The timing is not random, it is planned. Now let's speak about how to get better. The first step is to recognize these tactics, but it takes time to get over gaslighting. Your way of checking reality is broken, and it needs to be repaired piece by piece. Begin keeping records. Write in a journal. Trust your gut even when it's hard. Truth doesn't mind being looked into, but lies do. Gaslighting works because it takes advantage of your innate desire to be fair, to give others the benefit of the doubt, and to work things out. These aren't flaws, they're evidence of emotional intelligence. It's not that you trust too much. The issue is that someone abused your trust. Gaslighting isn't only disagreeing or not understanding. It's about having power and control. They want to make you feel tiny so they can feel big. It's about switching your reality with theirs. Not because theirs is better, but because it works better for them. You are not in a relationship with someone who utilizes these techniques all the time. You're being held hostage in your mind. And just like any other risky scenario, the first thing to do isn't to fix it. Figure it out or make it work. Getting to safety is the most important thing. You can't give up your sanity. You don't need their permission to live your life. You don't need them to agree with how you feel. You know what you went through. You heard what you heard. And you know how you felt. Have faith in that knowledge. It's what everything else is built on. Don't let anyone tell you that black is white, that up is down, or that your life is bad in some way. In reality, the loudest voice doesn't always win. You have the right to protect your life and your truth. If this video helped you see patterns in your own life, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos that put your mental health first. Please leave a comment below and let me know which strategy worked best for you. And don't fear, here is a secure place where your truth is honored. If you're worried about your mental health after viewing this, you can take my last video, which is a quiz to see if you're actually okay. We need to be honest with ourselves about where we are before we can figure out where we need to go. The link is right there in the corner. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget that your truth is important.